Hello all you hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? It's Big Porky here. Just on my way home. Hello Jake Fox, how are you doing? From Manchester, aren't you, Jake?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm alright, what are you on with?
Same old, same old.
Same old, same old. What have you been up to?
Just work, man, just work. Working hard, get some pennies.
Get some pennies.
That's it, innit?
We just put cruise control and then we'll kick back and you can say your bit.
Yeah, no worries.
Well then, what do you want to talk about, Jake? Obviously you're an hardcore boxing fan, there must be stuff that you're unhappy about. Or you're happy about. Go on, anything boxing related you can ask away.
First of all,
yeah.
What do you reckon of the fight this week, Spence Garcia?
I think it's a hardcores, wet dream. I'll be watching it.
It's top though, isn't it? Like, it's on IG.
Yeah. You know, I'm not a fan of Richard Poxon's, but he hasn't made the fight anyway because it's not on in England, is it? So he's nothing to do with it. But it's Al Heyman that's made it, innit? Yeah, it's not Richard Poxon. Yeah. Frankenstein's not made it, so I don't know why he's tweeting everybody about it and that, because he's nothing to do with it. So I don't know what he's on about. But as regards that fight, yeah, it's a great fight and well done ITV. They've obviously put Sky into place, haven't they?
Big time, because they've got, what did they have on before? They had Pacquiao Broner.
Then what?
They had Pacquiao and Broner, didn't they?
Well, that was Pony, wasn't it? Bro, they're both shot to bits though, them two, aren't they?
Yeah.
These two are at the top of the game, aren't they? Spence and Garcia, they're pound for pound, aren't they? So.
I mean, he's got some balls to do that, to go up to welterweight. Oh, nobody in welterweight wants to fight them.
Nobody what?
Nobody in the welterweight division wants to fight Spence.
Errol Spence? No, they're not going to do, are they?
No one wants that. So for Mikey Garcia to jump up and go, yeah, I'll have a bit of that.
What were he, 140? What were he, £140?
Yeah. Has he not fought at one? I think he might have fought, he's fought at the highest, he's fought at 140,
yeah. Good fight.
Yeah, he's jumped the finger. I just think in that fight, I think is Spence's size will show, like rounds 8, 9, 10, little. But that's if you can catch him, because when he's throwing his punches, Spence, he proper throws. Do you know what I mean? He throws his whole body into it, doesn't he? And he's going to be open to Garcia. Garcia's sharp, man, very sharp.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens, but like I say, it's a good fight, isn't it?
Yeah, top fight. Can't wait for that. A lot of people are just calling it a mismatch, and like, obviously when you look at the weights and that, it is, I mean, on paper, but when you know the pedigree of
a mismatch for who?
Well, there's a lot of people saying, oh, Spence bowled him over, it's going to walk through him, like, because they're saying, a lot of people are saying that it's like Golovkin and Brook, you know what I mean? It's like two-weight division jumped up and that. Spence is a massive puncher. On paper, Spence is a bigger puncher than what's his name? Golovkin, isn't it?
On paper, yeah.
He's knocked out.
You mean his KO ratio?
Yeah, his KO ratio, yeah. So obviously everyone's, well, not the boxing purists, but the, do you know what I mean, the casuals and that, who they watch it but they don't watch it.
Golovkin's a bigger puncher though than Spence, because he's had what is he, 20 odd title fights, and he's been in with, you know, good guys, and he's not had that as many fights, has he, at top level? So, and his punching KO percentage is only just better, isn't it? But Golovkin's had 20 odd title fights, hasn't he? What Spence had, he's not had 5, has he? I don't know, it'd be around about 5. Hey?
I think he's had 2 and he beat Brook, and he's made 2 defences, is he not?
Algieri.
Peterson and then Ocampo.
Yeah, but he fought Algeria as well, did he fight him before Kel?
Yeah, he fought Algeria.
Well, he's a former champion, Algeria, so you've got to give him that one, haven't you? So you give him Algeria, who else would you give him? Brook?
Yeah, give him Brook. Brook was... If Brook didn't fight Golovkin enough...
It would have been a 50-50 fight, wouldn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt. But
yeah.
Brook was always going to, you know what I mean, coming down from that. And when you, an injury like that, what he had in his eye, it's always going to be in the back of your mind, isn't it? Like it obviously was. He's going to be fighting a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as gun home sort of thing. So, yeah, but yeah, man, I think it's a good fight, and the thing is now, ITV and the fighters are putting on. Look at what Matchroom now have just come out and said. What is it? Dave Allen versus Lucas Brown.
Big Daddy Brown.
And what's his name?
Chisora.
Like that's horrendous, that man. That's horrendous.
It is, isn't it?
Because
is Dave Allen saying it's horrendous on Twitter?
Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
No, I'm not. Is it? Because I mean, I've heard that. Well, I've heard that people are tweeting Dave Allen and saying, Dave, you're a man of the people. You always speak straight. Do you think this show is horrendous, or do you think it's awful? And I've heard he's just not replying. So what does that tell you?
That's it, innit? That's it.
I mean, he's my pal, but it's horrendous. But Dave's not going to come out and say that. This is where you get people in the. This is where you get people in the boxing industry. They say, "Oh, I'm a straight shooter. I'm a straight shooter." I say it as it is. But when they're in a fight, that's a shocker. They're not going to comment because it's the paymasters. He's not going to go against Eddie Hearn, David, is he? So I'm not having a go at Dave or digging him out, but he'll know that's a shocker. He will know that. Now, he can't say that Miller against Joshua's a shocker when he's fighting a guy old enough to be his dad.
That's what I mean. Did you see his last fight, Lucas Brown?
He got beat.
Did he not get dropped? Do you know what I mean? Did he not get dropped by the... where is it? He's fighting in Australia.
He lost that fight. Slowski or something.
Yeah, but obviously his...
Sakanowski or something.
Yeah.
Dave Allen will ice Brown, ice him. He'll ice him, and I hope he does. Yeah, but it's not. How's that a chief support? Dave Allen, chief support on Sky. But he ain't got a Sky deal, but he's chief support. What's all that about? Hey?
That Matchroom, not dissolved, but Matchroom, they're on their asses, man, big time. Look at the shows we're putting on compared to like. Well, I mean, we used to get Brook and that and half decent fights, and now it's just a joke now. I don't even know what else is on the card. I think Conor Benn's on the card.
Conor Benn versus TBA.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So,
he's busy, that TBA, innit? I wonder if I could get a job matchmaking for TBA's promoter. I bet he's on some right commission.
yeah,
I bet he's on more than I run at Dennis's. Jesus. He's busiest he's busiest matchmaker consultant in England, isn't he, TBA? Hey?
Yeah,
TBA's matchmaker.
I can't believe they're getting away with that though, mate.
Well, they can't, can't they? Because they've got a contract with Eddie Hearn and they've got to give him dates. He's got the dates. He can't fill the dates though now, can he?
That's going to go website, you know, soon. Definitely. He's just going to go like that, right? Yeah. I'm off with his own.
They're going to do what's best for themselves. What the problem in boxing is, promoters, they're giving all the money at the beginning of the year, right? So what they do, they try and part with hardly any of it, because what's left they keep for themselves.
Yeah.
So, and if Sky don't have a quality control, because that's what it needs, quality control. Who's doing the quality control for that? Who is letting that go out on non-pay-per-view? Whatever happened to every non-pay-per-view on a Saturday night is going to have a world title fight? Eddie Hearn's words.
That's the thing. They've not got nobody now. Do you know what I mean? Like, the Sky Sports fights that used to be on Saturday night, you'd have what? You'd have Kelbrook, you'd have, you know what I mean? Like, your Tommy Coyles and stuff like that. And
Tommy Coyle.
do you know what I mean? But even them, do you know what I mean? Even them, they're over there now. They're with his own. He's just gone like, yeah, you can come over, you can come over.
Well, listen, because he's got no fighters. But listen, let me tell you, he's trying to keep two paymasters happy. But let me tell you this, right? You're going to come unstuck. He's shown his hand, hasn't he? He has shown. Eddie Hearn has shown what he's about, hasn't he? Right?
Yeah, big time.
We know what he's about now. That show on 23rd of March is good, but rest of it isn't. But so as far as I'm concerned, he needs to put some good cards on, but he's not going to do now because he's only bothered about pay-per-view. Anything that's a title fight now is pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah, it's horrendous, man. My Stein bills are horrendous, man.
Hey?
When it's two pay-per-views on, in like a month, like one and a half TV on finger.
But what you have to do, mate, now, right? Listen to this. Have you got Sky at home?
Yeah.
Right, you've got Sky. Well, this is what you do. You ring them up. Right, you ring Sky up. And what you do, you complain. There's a complaint number. Right, I'm going to read that number out tomorrow in tomorrow's filming. I'm going to read the number out, and I'm going to read a couple of emails out that Sky have replied to people. I might even do a video filming, ringing Sky to complain. See what they say. We'll put it out there, and they'll show you what happens when you want to complain. Right? It's shocking. Hey?
The actual process for that.
Listen, mate, it's 20 minutes, you don't even get to speak to anybody. When you do, they just go, ooh-be-doo-be-doo. Like Stig yesterday when I said, Stig, how many world title fights has Tyson Fury had? And he went, 2. And then I went, is that it? He went, I goes, who's he beat? He's beat a 40-year-old lad and a worst technical boxer ever with a draw. And Stig went, ooh-be-doo-be-doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
That's it, because you can't defend that. You cannot defend that.
And I says, what does Lineal champion mean, Stig? Hey! Am I the Lineal champion? Because I'm kneeling down. Stig loves a bit of banter, don't you, Stig? Stig loves a bit of banter. The Stiginator. Stig Patrol. Stig Power!
Oh, that Fury Power as well, man.
What do you think to Fury Power? Chris Ogden's a good hardcore man. He knows his boxing. I was talking to Dennis about him. I say, look at text Chris Ogden sent me here, Dennis. What he reckons will happen and what they should do with certain people and that. He says he knows his boxing, him, that Chris. And because he's a roofer, then you could get him doing some roofing for you. Because he knows he's boxing him. We ought to get rid of you, Russ, and get him on board. But yeah, Stig's a casual, isn't he? Really, he's learning on the job, trying his best.
All about Fury, man.
Oh, Fury Power.
This is the day, right? This is the thing. At the end of the day, you got them for Wilder.
Hey?
4 times for Wilder. It was a bum. It was the worst technical boxer. Couldn't do anything. And now, after that draw, Tyson got out. He's devastating puncher. He's giving him all the credit now. It's like, well, it was a bum that he was going to wipe the floor with before.
Who was the last guy Tyson knocked out?
Last guy Tyson knocked out?
Knocked out. Steve Cunningham, wasn't it?
Was it Steve Cunningham or was it...
I'm on about knocking him down with a blow, you know, a punch to head.
Oh right, yeah, because he just stopped in there.
Yeah, Cesaro had accumulative punches.
Yeah,
Steve Cunningham was the last guy knocked out. And he was 3 stone lighter, am I right?
Yeah, he's a cruiserweight, wasn't he?
Hey, cruiserweight. No one's saying he can't box. He's got an effective style with a long reach. But Fury power, he is not. Stig knows he's boxing. Stig knows he's boxing. He knows that it's just an effective style. The rest of it is just, it's mega hype, as it's a PR machine, isn't it? Outside the ring, that's more interesting than what's going on in the ring. But I wish him well. I'm a Tyson fan. But that's there's a lot of it leaves there's a lot of it leaves to be desired, because at the end of the day, people are jumping on bandwagon, right, with this Fury power thing, and I don't see any power there. Wilder's, what Tyson said, shocking. And Tyson schooled him, but if he schooled him, let's have that as a win, because I thought he won anyway, but just by a round. Now, the argument I had with Stig is this. He got dropped twice, so that's 2 10-8 rounds, so he's 4 points down, but there's 10 rounds left. If you give Wilder 3 of them 10 rounds as a judge, and Tyson wins the other 7, it's a draw. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, at the end of the day, if he's to go over to, you know what the WBC are like, right? But to go over to America and get dropped twice, and, do you know what I mean?
As a challenger?
As a challenger, you've got to go over there, do you know what I mean? So you've got to go over there and take it. At the end of the day, they've gone over there, it's been dropped twice. It's been a draw. I think, me personally, he did box his, do you know what I mean? He boxed his head off for the round, but that was always, it wasn't a draw. For me, it was a draw, and even, like, I think it's a fair decision, and I think as well, Tyson, a lot of people disagree, but I think if you look at him and he's thinking, yeah, I did get away with that, to be fair, because I got dropped twice. And he knows boxing, doesn't he? He knows Tyson, he knows how it works and that, so.
Yeah.
Me personally, I do think he did box his head off, but at the end of the day, he goes, fight for the WBC, I mean, we all know what they're like.
Yeah.
Get dropped twice, it's always going to be, I mean, it's never going to be clear. So, I just think when everyone's going robbery, it would have been a robbery if he didn't get dropped. If he didn't get dropped, so he would, you know what I mean, he would have boxed. But I don't think that's not probably what everybody was saying. I thought Thingy was worth Canelo and Golovkin.
Yeah, but what you've got to understand, right? Wilder won 2 rounds, 10-8. We know that for a fact. Even though Tyson came back in that 12th, still a 10-8.
Yeah.
If you give Wilder, so any judge, if he gives Wilder them 2 rounds, that leaves 10. Now judges are creatures of habit, like human beings. They've got to give Wilder 3 of them 10 rounds. They know they have to, because there'll be hell on.
Yeah.
But if Wilder didn't win that 10th, well, it's Tyson's fight. That knockdown cost him. Wilder will take credit from that, knowing if he puts it on him earlier, could get him out there. And Tyson will know that he's a student of the game.
Exactly. That's why he wants it. Wilder wants it. He's like, yeah, that's what I'll do, because he knows, even though Tyson's saying he rocked him and that, he might have been a little bit buzzed, but he knows Wilder, he ain't got the power to hurt me. So this time we'll just jump in it. I know I can hurt him. He's got that now, and he knows.
Yeah.
And obviously Tyson knows as well. I don't want any of that. I'd rather just sit here on the ESPN, fight these, and make a lot of money.
Well, who's he going to fight now, Tyson? Who's he going to fight?
Well, there was on about Parker on me at first, but I don't think we're going to fight Parker.
Parker?
No.
Garbage. It's garbage after all that chit chat.
I can't think. Is it Rivas? Is that
Oscar Rivas? Oh God. Oscar.
Who's he just beat? Oscar Rivas? Who's that? Who's just beat?
I don't know, mate. I don't even follow him, mate. And I'm supposed to be hardcore. Oscar Rivas.
I could be wrong, but I think I've seen something the other day about that. I can't remember, it's just just done something anyway, and that's who they're considering. But that's what they're going to do now. Is going to do exactly what they're going to do is Frank Warren and ESPN. What they're going to do is they're going to do exactly what they've been criticising Eddie and Joshua for doing.
Yeah, what's that?
Milking it. Just milking it. Just fighting nobody's and cashing it. You know what I mean? That's it. Exactly what they fight for. That's what they're doing now. So that's the way it's going. Unfortunately. So,
that's the way what?
That's the way it's going. So I mean, that's not going to fight each other. That's a joke. I mean, that's a joke. All them like at the peak of the careers, and they're not fighting each other.
Yeah.
That's a joke in itself.
Well, what we're going to have now is, if Tyson goes for Oscar Rivers, you've got Tyson, Oscar Rivers, Joshua Miller, Wilder Brazil, and White versus TBA, or White versus none of the above.
That's what I mean. It's been left now.
Well, Dillian White was pushing for a Joshua fight, so why should he be mugged off? And I'm not saying that because I've got a lot of time for Mark Tibbs and his dad. Yeah. I'm not saying that because of that. I've been saying it for weeks. Mark Tibbs has done a fantastic job with Dillian White. He's got 9-0, 5 stoppages, and he knows his onions now. I just think that Joshua's got to share cake a bit better. He can't just say it's about money. Why should he get 30 million and somebody else get 5?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Did he not pay for Beckham 8?
I don't know, we're never going to get to the bottom of it because they have an upside of it, and a lot, and it depends how many pay-per-view buys they do, and it all goes into a pot. It's very hard to explain, but as far as I'm concerned, this heavyweight division is poor. Not as regards talent, I think poor as regards promoters and matchmakers and managers, and I think they're all making it so that people can't fight each other, and it's so frustrating for fans. I'm frustrated. I mean, we all grew up on the videos, well, not grew up on them, but we all, when we were in 80s, we were all looking back on videos from 70s about when guys fought each other, you know, the golden era. Well, why can't we have that again? I mean, you know, you've got some great matchups.
Is that it? The potential's there, isn't it?
Hey?
The potential's there for it.
Of course it is. The potential's there for it all to be fantastic. But I don't know what's happening, mate. I just don't know what's happening. 2 minutes.
And the fact that that Miller fight, man, I don't.
You what, mate?
The Miller fight, I don't want to speak about that. That's a joke. All I hear people saying is, oh, if Joshua lands off money on him and he just sneaks it up, I'm like.
Do you know what I'm fed up of hearing about Miller fight? I'm fed up of hearing people like Dave Caldwell, Johnny Nelson, Mr. Bean, and Matthew Macklin. I'm fed up of hearing them say, if Miller can take a punch and it go by 4 rounds, this is an interesting fight. I don't want to hear that. We hear all that about Eric the Power Molina, Eric M. Bison Molina, Mortal Kombat Eric Molina, Mortal Kombat Molina, First Stage Boss Eric Molina. I nicked all them names off Ultratech. I'll have to make some my own up. But yeah, Ultratech we're saying something about Frank First Boss Bullione the other week. You know, do you listen to Ultratech?
Yeah, I follow him.
He's funny, isn't he, Ultratech Sports Raw? I listen.
Him, you know.
Oh, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. He's one of the best ones. Him, Terry off New Age, and Smido and Ozzy off Boxing Asylum. We've all got different views, haven't we? We're not. Nobody knows more than anybody else, and you're forever learning. Some people can do a tactical breakdown like Terry, and Ultratech can do that as well as add a bit of fun into it.
Yeah.
I don't know what my style is. I don't know. I'd like to think I'm a statistic man, but I just don't really trust many of them. I'd just rather just say they're swerving them, and I do go for jugular a little bit. I suppose I'm Mr. Controversial, and
yeah, but that's what hardcore that's one point.
Do you know what I mean?
That's great.
But
That's what you want.
but I've enjoyed that today down there at Jimmy Tibbs' gym, and that video is going to be up next week once it's polished up a bit. We're going to put a few inserts into it, jazz it up a little bit, and do it justice, because Jimmy Tibbs is a legend in boxing. He is boxing royalty. And he deserves all the credit he's getting, and he's enjoying himself with his retirement. We had a good chat, a cup of tea, and they arranged parking for me, which is brilliant. The girls who work there at the Peacock, I'm probably going to have to send them a box of chocolates or something, because I do have a little bit of class myself, and anybody who's right with me, I like to reward them back. Now, it's a shame that a lot of people are not the same, innit? Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of takers, but they treat me with respect down there today, and I can't thank them enough, because a lot of takers, people seem to want to take all the time, but they were brilliant with me. So, box of chocolates for them girls at the Peacock, Karen and Lynn and the other lady, who were very nice to me. So yeah, I enjoyed it. But yeah, getting back to that, I want to see the great heavyweight fights, and I want to see Mr. Bean, Macklin, Johnny Nelson and all them. I don't want to see them wheeled out to save the show and say, oh, if Miller catches him, you know, he's a fast combination puncher, he's 24 stone. I don't want to hear he's 24 stone. He's same height as Callum Smith, who's 12 stone. Same height as Callum Smith, 12 stone, 24 stone. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that Eddie's got a squeaky bum, because Miller's powerful. Power Ranger. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I want to see somebody come out and say, yes, the British Boxing Board of Control issued a TUE exemption certificate for Joshua so he can take growth hormone. If it's true, come out. Any other time they come out firing all guns blazing. They've got 4 barristers on the bench, on the board, or whatever it is, at British Boxing Board. 4 barristers. And if you say out to them, they come out firing letters. But they've got no comment over this exemption. So let's hear it. Come on. Robert Smith, grow a pair of minerals.
That's what it is, isn't it? Money talks.
Grow a pair. Grow a pair, you weapon. Do you know what I mean?
It is, man. It's
weapons.
Money talks.
Full-time weapons. That's what they are, mate. Full-time weapons.
That's it, innit?
They put me bins on now, I've found them. You all, mate?
We're getting robbed, that's the thing. So
yeah.
It's alright, but as a we're getting robbed, man. We're not getting robbed.
Of course we are, mate. Of course we're getting robbed. But anyway, listen, mate, you've got about 30 seconds, so anything you want to say?
Yeah, I want to see Usyk up to heavyweight and wipe everyone out. That's what I want.
Yeah, well, Usyk probably might do it, but nobody's going to go near him until, you know, a couple of years when they built it up, because they ain't got no pay-per-view stars. So, right, peace out, keep on trucking, keep supporting boxing. It's a great sport. All right. Cheers, kid. Bye bye. Shout out South Yorkshire Packaging and Climate Cool. Peace out, keep on trucking. Thought it turned off then. Shall we? Hello all you hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? It's Big Porky here. 15 stone 2. I think that's what driving to London and lack of scran. You know, when you're driving at middle at night, you can't go down to the fridge, can you? Get a big slab of dairy milk with a diet whey shake. So, unless you're at Stig's house, of course, where he's got expensive cheese and crackers, but not my thing at middle at night, 3 o'clock, I'm afraid. But, nice of Stig to offer me the use of his pad when I'm in London. If channel grows, I might take him up on that. So I might even start eating like the Stig. Vol-au-vents is not my scene, I'm afraid. Where else could you get a London cabbie who eats foodie stuff like that? I think my mum used to call it foodie stuff. But anyway, London's more or less finished now. On my way up to office, I'm going to send the Jimmy Tibbs interview to my business partner, and I'm going to jazz it up a bit. I'll be out in a week. And all we can do is just keep moving forward. Sad news for Dominic Ingle. Billy Joe Saunders has left, but if you back up a couple of months on my channel, go and read what I said. Sometimes what people tell me though, I can't always say it. Sometimes I do. Everybody knows I'm a Billy Joe Saunders fan as regards his boxing ability. Woo! Jesus, he was all over the road. But looks like he's gone to Ben Davidson. Well, that'll work. That'll be ideal for him with Tyson, won't it? Because they can build something there, can't they? It looks like Bob Arum is going after De La Hoya and Hearn. I'd say Hearn. They're going to use Billy Joe to set about Golovkin, aren't they? And they're going to use Tyson to set about Joshua. Not necessarily by fighting them. Now, Eddie Hearn's not that stupid enough to put Golovkin, who's an old man now as middleweight, he's not that stupid enough to put Golovkin near Billy Joe, because I make Billy Joe a favourite now. I didn't 2 years ago, but he's a favourite now. So I'd look at it like this. Bob Arum's a chess master. They don't call him the maestro for nothing. Dennis calls him the master. People in the boxing industry call him the maestro. The maestro. I call him the Bob father. But I can assure you, Bob Arum is going to be working with Frank Warren, the comeback kid, and they're going to do the best to topple the Eddie Hearn express train. Because that's what it is, isn't it? The Eddie Hearn express train. You've got to give Eddie Hearn his dues. His balls are that big, aren't they? But he's upset a few people. What you're going to see now, you're going to see them all grouping together, and they're going to set about the zone. By viewing figures, by gate receipts, you're going to see Tyson and Billy Joe pushed as travellers in America. Well, they've travelled. They're travellers, aren't they? They've gone to America, because Bill doesn't sell a ticket in England, does he? And Tyson is going to need to build his profile up if he's going to do 80,000 seater tickets. You know, they were struggling to sell Pianetta fight out, weren't they? But after Wilder win, you dare say Tyson has sold O2 out, wouldn't you? Without a shadow of a doubt. Versus a bin man. When you can sell an arena out versus a dustbin man, that means you're doing good, as far as I'm concerned. Now, if Tyson would have tried to sell O2 out against a bin man before he fought Wilder, and after the Pianeta fight he wouldn't do it. Now they're going to give it profile. Got ESPN behind them. A happy fighter's a good fighter. If Tyson's earning loads of money and he's happy, he'll do alright. Billy Joe, I think, has exceptional skills like Tyson, but maybe even more, because he's a southpaw, a natural southpaw. But I think with Billy Joe Saunders, I think it's motivation. I don't think anybody can teach him anything. Jimmy Tibbs has took him to area title, British, Commonwealth, European and world title, as he said yesterday on channel. Jimmy's retired. Billy's sort of been at a loose end since then. No trainer can tell Billy what to do. Motivation is what he needs now. If Ben Davidson can motivate Tyson to lose 9 stone, he can motivate Billy to lose 3 stone, can't he? And keep it active and keep, instead of it being repetitive, keep it interesting for him. Plus he's their age, isn't he, Ben Davidson? They're all going to be on the same wavelength. Jimmy Tibbs is the taskmaster, isn't he? Peter Fury, the taskmasters. They're old school, aren't they? Maybe Bill don't need that now. Maybe Tyson don't need that, or maybe they grew tired of that. Nobody's saying that Peter Fury and Jimmy Tibbs are not technical trainers and they know their onions. Maybe the lack of discipline, maybe Ben Davidson can put that discipline back in Billy, like he has done Tyson, and make it enjoyable. Because the talent's there, isn't it? That's how I look at it. And I think Dominic, he's quite disciplined. You can see it in his appearance. He shaves his head every day, whereas I leave mine 4 days because I'm a tramp. He goes to gym twice a day, I go twice a week. But Dominic's disciplined in his appearance and his physique, isn't he? And what he does. Now, but he has to be, because he's not as good looking as me. He's got more teeth than me though. He won't have after next year. I'm going to have a Chris Eubank job, 64 teeth. No, I'm not. We'll see. Shout out to Pete MacDonald if you're watching. I hope you are. Your next door neighbour dentist in Turkey. I want a good price off you. Me and Kev are going to pop over for a week. I've heard they pull them out and they leave you a week, then you go get them clipped in. Or is it on screws, 6 at top, 6 at bottom? I don't know how it works. I'll be one of them, won't I? Porky, you'll be able to chew, you'll be able to eat an apple through a letterbox. But we'll see, won't we? But I think that Billy Joe Saunders leaving Dominic. I don't think, come on! I always get stuck behind a Volvo. You on, Grandad? In the morning. You can flag me off. Why is it when it goes to amber, people feel they need to sit there until it's on go, and then start moving it in gear? I don't think it's a slight on Dominic that he's left. No, because Dominic's disciplined. I know that because Liam Cameron, a close friend of mine, he was with Dominic and he didn't stick it out with Dominic. Dave Allen didn't stick it out with Dominic. If you're up at that gym, you've got to put the graft in. They want gym rats up there. Kid Galahad, will he leave Dominic now? He's a gym rat. So I don't think he's going to have problems getting motivated. So, but it looks like it's all falling apart for Dominic, doesn't it? I think that's quite sad actually, because he's given his life to boxing, hasn't he? But he had Billy Joe Saunders when he was already a world champion, so it wasn't like he took him to the belt, was it? Jimmy Tibbs took Billy Joe all the way. The Furies took Tyson all the way, not Ben Davidson. So it remains to be seen what's going to happen. But I want the best for Billy Joe and I want the best for Tyson. But I don't want to hear any of this Lanil stuff from people like Stig or the Fury Power boys. I don't want to hear it. They beat 40-year-old Vladimir and then went missing. So I don't want to hear about Lanil. They went missing and pleaded guilty to drug tests. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, if he wants to spread word on mental health, that's good, because I've not got all my screws in saying, oh, well, have I? You know, the cheese spread has slipped off my rye heater, hasn't it? I think it slipped off when I was about 7. Look at holes in here, it's like an assault course coming up here, Rotherham in the morning. Look at this here. Holes everywhere in the road. If you get a hole in your road, you ring the council up, they send you the form. You take a picture of the hole, you go to the main dealers, you do not buy the alloy. You get a printout of the quote for the alloy, right? Of how much it is. Then you go to your mate's garage, you get some headed paper and you type, and he'll sell you an alloy. And he'll stamp it how much it's cost. They will then check up with the council, with the main dealers, how much the alloy is. And if it's, say, 50 quid cheaper than Mercedes, you get it done, don't you? They'll pay you out. It takes 6 months. For example, one alloy for my car would be, for example, say £1,000 brand new from Mercedes. One alloy. A tyre will be 150, but I get them cheaper. So that's 1150. You write 1100, don't you? You get the print out, you send that off, but then you get your mate to do it cheaper. As long as it's cheaper, fill the form and your registration, your insurance details, time it happened, with a photograph, and you get paid out. Alright? That will get the government to put these holes right in the road. Now when you ring up that council at night, you ring them up as an emergency. You ring the police, they give you the number for the council, they'll ask what time it happened, and they'll give you a number over the phone. Make sure you do it all logged, so all you people who run over holes in the road, that's how you deal with these people. You use your brain. You don't know what Dennis does, drives over an hole, light flashes upon dash, and then he just leaves it for months. And don't even got main dealers in a brand new car. I don't do that, so I can't afford a brand new car. You've got to look after what's shown. You haven't got to be mugged off. We pay road tax. We pay congestion charges in London. Jesus, tell me about it. So they can't keep doing this to us, leaving holes in roads. It's like an assault course. Anyway, rant over. Don't even get me started on Brexit or immigration. Oh my God. Or legalising cannabis. Solicitors don't want you to legalise cannabis. They'd be out of job. Prison system would be out of job. All these private companies, they want us to break the law. My advice, get in, get a few quid, get out and do something you love. Alright? You could be like me then. Get up in the morning. Go to your own gym, where your office is, have a workout, get in your office and talk shit all day, park boxing and mess about with your camera. But I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. I'm sure there's something I forgot this morning. I think when you get older you forget things. What worries me about forgetting things is going somewhere with my 2 kids and leaving them in car or something, or forgetting or something. I don't know, I don't know, that worries me. I put a bottle of beer in the freezer one night a few weeks ago, and I went in this shop, I bought this beer, right, and I put first one in fridge, no, the first 3 in the fridge, but the first one in the freezer. And then I went upstairs and I was doing something, I was looking on Boxrec or something, and what happened where, about 3 hours later, I nodded off, so I didn't think nothing of it. And then a day later, I did the same thing without thinking, and I've gone to put my hand in freezer, and it were all smashed, wasn't it? So it's not good, is it? Because that's because you get older, you have memory lapses, don't you? My mate Frank once said to me, you know, he's been on channel, hasn't he, Frank Smith from Bury. He said, he was saying to me, he didn't want me to go out and carry on like I do, because when I was going to shows and that, Dennis's shows, I was taking, I used to take about 200 quid or something. I'd have an hotel booked, but I always end up in somebody else's room. I'm not going to say who, but I'd take about 200 quid, I'd spend it all, and I'd take loads of that with me. And he said, you know, when you're doing that, and you're waking up next day, because you're going to bed, aren't you, 5 AM, but you got to be up to get out of the hotel, aren't you, anyway? So I didn't go to bed. I'd go home and that, and then I'd sleep it off, get home about dinner time. He says when you drink and all that time, it takes cells. You've got millions of cells in your head, millions of cells in your head, and when if you're getting drunk, it's like I'm not a big drinker, but if I'm out, everybody knows I'm out. I'd be getting drunk, and I'd be losing brain cells one over the next couple of days. Every time you get drunk or out your face, apparently you lose brain cells. You might only lose, say, 100, but you've got millions. And over years, every time you do it, it's chipping away and chipping away. And I think that's what happened with that beer. When I put it in the fridge, I think the brain cells have gone out of my head. So you have to stop what you're doing and retrain your brain, don't you? I do them Mensa tests. Some days I get a score of about 50. I've actually had a 155 before. You do them online, and you train your brain, and it sharpens it up. But you can't train it when if you've got drug problems, or if you've got alcohol problems. I've never had an alcohol problem. I've had drug problems. I've never had a cocaine problem where I've had to have it every day. But I've had a problem if I go out, I have to go out with a farmer's daughter with me. And I don't think that's good behaviour, that. A farmer's daughter, by the way, is a quarter. It's not a farmer's daughter in Wellers. Big farm girl. No, it ain't that. It's a farmer's daughter. Quarter. And I'd see people out, and everybody wants to be your pal, don't they? But you watch this weekend on Friday, tomorrow. Ah! That's what I forgot. I forgot my suit for weighing today. I know there was some. So you watch tomorrow when you watch tomorrow when I'm sober as a judge, if I do it. Sir?
Yeah?
I've left out on bed and on my shirt. And it's in that suit thing. Will you fetch it to office? Yeah?
Well, not at the moment, because I'll have to come back for it.
Alright then, in a bit. So anyway, where were I? Oh yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to be sober. And I'm going to watch the parade go by. Just like I did at Stiggs, because I was dying to get on it at Stiggs, but if you don't take anywhere, you can't you? What's the point in going out and drinking if you can't have anything else? It's not for me, that. I'd rather go out and sit there miserable, or just have a buzz off everybody. There's 2 little bottles of beer at Stiggs local. Didn't tickle me. Didn't tickle me one bit. So, in fact, it made me miserable, but Stiggs quite funny and engaging, so it took my mind off it. But I suppose it's early for me, innit, yet? When you've been abusing yourself years. I think so. Trying to race me in your Citroen sack, so see you later. But yeah, So, shout out to Raymond at Hartlepool, taxi driver. I seem to attract taxi drivers on this channel. Sorry you can't make it tomorrow, Raymond. I will, I think it's bad news when you've got a table of 10 and you can't get your tickets away. Right? I think it's a travel thing, innit? Not many people are boxing fans when you think about it. I've had this in past with Froch tickets. I've had Froch tickets and people weren't bothered. No, not going out. It's domino night. Domino's at club. But Nicola don't want to go boxing. Bet Kev don't go. I'll be there. I love boxing. So Tommy Frank wins tomorrow. Good old Tommy Frank. If I'm locked out here, I'm going to go mad. Now I'm living in ecstasy. So Billy Joe Saunders flees the nest. Who's Dominic got now then? Nicola Adams. Ooh. Nah, I'm not locked out. Can't lock me out. Can they? Right. Peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting box.